Welcome back. My name is Krysta French, and this is my yoga channel. Today's practice is bedtime yoga. This short practice is really great for stretching out and winding down before bed, or just to take a break after a really long day. So I do recommend having a blanket or a pillow for this practice, but of course you can do the entire practice without it if you prefer. So we'll begin standing at the top of our mats, hands together, palms pressing, eyes closed, and start to turn your gaze inward. So just starting to notice the landscape of the body. Notice where your breath is. Notice where your thoughts are. And see if you can pull it all back to this moment. Staying present. Begin to release your hands down. On an inhale, arms sweep up, palms press. And exhale, fold into it. Feel free to soften the knees here. Nice big forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. And then lower the hands, step back to plank. Drop the knees, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, finding your back bend here. So lifting the heart, opening the chest, and then toes tuck under, press all the way back, find downward facing dog. Letting the head get heavy, so all this nice fresh blood comes down into the head. Can stretch out across the hamstrings, maybe pedal the heels out. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, really grounding through the fingers. Hips lift a little bit higher. Full, steady Ujjayi breath. Constricting the back of the throat, and then gaze comes forward. Step up, find your flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold into it. This time the hands come around the low back, interlace your fingers, pull your hands away from the body. It's a nice big stretch in the shoulders. Can shift a little bit side to side. Release your hands down. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. And lower the hands, step it back to plank. Lower the knees, all the way come down. Inhale to your back bend. And then exhale, press back, find child's pose this time. So balasana. The forehead comes down. Arms are nice and long. Begin to shift forward onto your hands and knees. Take a round or two of cat and cow. So as you inhale here, the belly comes down, the heart reaches forward, the tailbone presses back. As you exhale, push the ground away. Feel that rounding in the upper back. And just moving with the breath. Nice, full, steady movements. We'll come back to a flat back. Inhale, the right arm reaches up and then thread it underneath the left. So coming into our thread the needle. Can stay there with that left arm or start to move the hand over toward the right corner of the mat or reach the hand behind the lower back. So nice little twist in the spine. Release that hand down, reach the right arm high, lower the hand back down. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, slide it all the way underneath. From here, that right arm can move if you'd like it to. Nice, full, steady breathing. Can reconnect with your Ujjayi breath. From here, release the right hand, press through the palm, left arm reaches up, lower the hand. Inhale and exhale, find your cat and cow. Walk your hands just a little bit forward and then toes tuck under. Press back to down dog. And as you lengthen, can press the heels down. From here, look forward, step up to the front, flat back. And exhale, we're folding. Inhale, arms reach, high palms press. Hands come down through the heart and all the way down to the sides. So we stand nice and tall. Inhale, reach up again, lengthen. Exhale, we're folding from the hips. Inhale to your flat back. And lower the hands. Step the left foot back. Lower the knee. Untuck the toes. Press your hips forward and then come up onto that front thigh. So hands resting at that thigh as you reach your heart up. So getting into the hip flexor, getting into the quad. From here, we're going to slide the hips back to find a half splits. So we're just lengthening out that right leg. You can flex your foot, you can point your toes. Either way, the hips are over that back knee. We're not sitting completely down onto that back heel. So stay lifted, keep breathing. From here, finding your version of lizard pose. So I'm going to take a more passive approach to our lizard pose by keeping that back knee down. Hands are on the inside of that foot. Then toes can tuck under. As you lift the back knee, just kind of shift forward and back. Drop the back knee down. One more big stretch here. And then toes tuck under, lift the back knee, step it forward to the top of your mat, finding malasana. So our yogi squat. So feet are nice and wide, hands together in front of the heart, sink the hips all the way down, lift through the heart. Relax across the shoulders. From here, find a forward fold. Just let your body hang heavy as you lift your hips. You can take opposite elbows. Inhale, lengthen to find your flat back. And exhale, lower the hands, right foot steps back, drop the knee. Untuck the toes. Again, nice deep low lunge here. The hands are coming at that front thigh, reaching the heart open, lifting through the collarbones, getting that nice big stretch through the hips. Full, steady breath. From here, we're going to slide the hips all the way back just to lengthen out that left leg. Reach the chin down toward the shin, flexing or pointing the toes. You're going to get a different stretch in that leg whether you're flexing or pointing. Pointing, you're going to feel that more in the front part of your shin. Flexing, you're going to feel it more in the hamstrings. Slowly start to shift forward. Take the hands on the inside of the foot for lizard pose. Feel free to walk that left foot open a little bit more if you need more space. And then toes tuck under, lift the back knee, just start to shift and rock a little bit, front and back, getting into the hips a little bit deeper. Lower the back knee down, one more deep breath here. And then toes tuck under, lift the back knee, step the left foot back for plank pose. Lower the knee, lower down to the belly. Inhale, lift your heart, open the chest. And then exhale, press back, child's pose, balasana. So forehead comes down, sinking the hips back to the heels. Let your body get heavy for a moment. From here, walking the hands back up, and we're just going to send the legs all the way out in front. Give them a little shake. Feel free to sit on your blanket here if you want to elevate the hips just slightly. We're finding bound angle. So soles of the feet come to touch. You can scoot them nice and close towards you. And then peeling your feet open, reach your heart forward as you fold over. So opening up the hips and the groin. Just lengthening out through the spine. Try to keep a nice long spine here. So avoiding that rounding in the upper back. Nice, full, steady breath. Maybe here connecting with your Ujjayi breath. Come back up. Take the feet down, hips width, hands behind you. Lift your hips all the way up for reverse table pose. Roll your chest open. Get a nice stretch in the shoulders. Drop the hips down, extend the legs long. So right leg stays long, left foot comes into the inner thigh. And then fold over that right leg any amount for Janu Shirshasana. So our head to knee pose. And if you can, actually put your third eye, that space in between your brow line, down onto the knee. That will really help relax the body. So that third eye point is a point of relaxation. So anytime we can apply pressure to it, we help our body to release a little bit more. slowly lift the head, come back up. And then we're taking a twist here. So left foot hooks across the right thigh. Left hand is behind you. Reach the right arm high as you twist over to the left side. So lengthen as you inhale. And then exhale, find a deeper twist, looking back over that left shoulder. And just noticing how the spine feels in this posture. Slowly untwist, take a little counter stretch. Walk yourself over to the right side, bow over. And then come all the way back up, extend your legs. This time left leg stays long, right foot comes in, Janu Sirsasana. So folding over that left leg. And again, maybe the forehead comes down onto the knee. Feel free to keep a nice big bend in that left knee if your hamstrings are kind of tight today. So nice, full, steady breath. And then slowly lift back up. That right foot comes across. Right hand is behind you. Lift the left arm. Take your twist over to the right side. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, find a deeper twist. Look back over that right shoulder. Full, steady breathing. From here, untwist. Walk yourself off to the left side. Take a little counter twist. And then eventually we'll come back up, extend the legs, give them a little shake. Grab your blanket. So from here, you're just going to fold your blanket up a little bit. So I like to fold it into thirds, but you can do whatever feels good. You can even use a pillow here. We're coming into our Uttanavishta Konasana, so our wide-legged fold. So separate the feet nice and wide. Right, so any amount, hands come behind you as you kind of scoot the hips forward, and then allow your body to fold over. So it's okay if your spine rounds here or if your back rounds, totally fine. Right, so your pose does not have to be as deep as mine, but if it is, feel free to support your head with that blanket. Right, but if you're just coming forward onto your forearms or maybe even your hands, just allow yourself to completely let go. And again, it's okay if your back rounds here. This is not the more traditional stretch. We're just working on more of a restorative posture here. And if that's too deep on the legs, on the hamstrings, you can walk the feet in a little bit closer to one another so they're not as wide. So full, steady breath. And then eventually we'll come back up. You can walk the feet together, give them a nice big shake. And then from here, we're finding our bound angle pose again, but instead of taking the feet really close to us, you're gonna walk the feet out a little bit further. You have a few options. First option is just to fold over, allow your spine to round, and your forehead can come down onto your feet. Second option is allowing your forehead to come down onto a blanket or a pillow. So that's my preference, just allowing for more of a cushion underneath the forehead. And the arms can rest down, reaching out in front of you, letting the whole spine relax, letting the hips open up, but not working on a really active stretch. Let this be more passive. From here, we'll slowly lift back up. You can move your blanket off to the side. We're going to lower down onto the back. Once you come down, we're going to find our figure four with the legs. So right foot hooks over the left knee. Thread your hands under the left thigh as you draw it in toward the body. You can roll that left ankle around a few times, just getting some mobility through the foot and the ankle. If you want to go deeper, you're always welcome to extend that left leg long or even press the right thigh away from you. So that's going to deepen the stretch through the hip and the IT band, getting into the glute. And this can be as gentle as you want it to be. You can even keep the feet on the floor. Release the feet. You can kind of windshield wiper the knees a little bit, left and right. Get rid of any kind of tension that's built up. And then left foot flexes and comes across the right knee. Hands come underneath that thigh as you pull it in towards you. And again, if you rolled your ankle on the left side, make sure you roll the right ankle. Full steady breath here. Feel free to extend that leg long or press the left thigh away this time. From here, lower the foot and then start to windshield wiper the knees, left, then right. Give the knees a nice big hug, rocking side to side, and then find a happy baby. So hands come around the feet. Allow your knees to press nice and wide, open through the hips, getting into the sacrum, getting into the lower back. And then eventually, we're going to set the feet down for our Supta Baddha Konasana. So feet down together, knees apart. You can take one hand over the heart, the other over the belly. Feel free to use your blanket here, or for me, I'm using my blanket under my head just as a little bit of a pillow. And then begin to notice the rise and fall of the breath. As you inhale, everything expands. And on the exhale, just letting go completely. So take a few more deep breaths here. When you're ready, you can pull the knees back into your chest, rock side to side, and then we're going to end up in Shavasana. So supporting yourself however you need, just letting the legs release, letting the hands come down by the hips, closing your eyes, and again, turning your gaze inward. So our quote today comes from Desikachar. The success of yoga does not lie in the ability to perform postures, but in how it positively changes the way we live our life and our relationships. So just begin to bring awareness back into your body, noticing the breath again, noticing your thoughts and where they are, and then begin to send a little bit of movement and some life back into your body. You can wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, open and close your jaw, reach up and take a big stretch. Eventually roll over to your side. When you're ready, you can press yourself all the way up, finding a comfortable seat. And just sitting for just a moment, and then take the hands together in front of the heart. Start to thank yourself for choosing to practice, for choosing to show up and to honor yourself. Thank you all so much for sharing your own practice with me. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. If you enjoyed this yoga video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you'll never miss a free yoga class. And I would love it if you left a comment below so I can connect with you and maybe find out a little bit more about the kinds of things you'd like to see in future yoga videos. For more resources, you can check out KrystaFrench.com. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you on the mat soon.